these are geraniums, and then they put a post here so they can climb on it. And geraniums, you just lace them through.
Oh, yeah, because they don't normally climb.
Yeah, but as they grow, you just would put them on there.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, it's an excellent idea. Hello, I'm Carolee.
And I'm Charles.
We're an old married couple who enjoys traveling, cooking, and having adventures.
Together, we enjoy all the wonderful things the world has to offer.
Join us as we discover the wonder about us. Chin chin.
All right, we're on our way to Copenhagen. We're flying out of LAX early in the morning, so we drove up to stay at the Skyways Hotel, which...
It's interesting. I selected this.
Interesting is a good word.
I selected this place because it was on the American site, and I get American miles, and then of course my credit card gets also American miles. That's kind of like double American miles, and we haven't paid for an airline ticket. I think we've paid for like 3 airline tickets in the last 25 years.
Which is a good tip if you maximize, like, I know that they say like airline miles on a credit card is a scam or whatever, but if we maximize our airline miles, we're going to upgrade one of the routes to first class so that for free. Yeah, so
and that really doesn't have anything to, well, it does have to do with miles, because the more miles you get, the higher status you get, so you get earlier boarding, free luggage. I particularly like American because there's ways of earning miles besides flying. So you can get dining miles, you can get, of course you can have the credit card. I think all airlines do that. But so, and then there's certain restaurants. So like if you pick, maybe we should do a whole different episode on that.
Well, yeah, let's talk. Yeah, we'll do a whole episode.
Yeah.
So this hotel, right? You booked it on American.
So I booked it on American. So we got American miles, and I go by location. So it's real close to the airport. It's really close to.
It is really close to the airport. You could probably hear the airplane.
No, because we're on the bottom level.
Yeah, that's not that loud.
And then we're also really close to the Wally Park that we always leave our car at the Wally Park. There's one in San Diego. The one here at LAX is really, really nice. It's all covered, and then they use those noodles that you use in the pool.
Yeah, the swimming pool noodles.
Yeah. And they hang them between the cars. So because sometimes people don't mean to bump your car because they're busy putting their luggage in or out. So that always protects your car. They also offer a service that they'll change your oil, wash your car. They do have a valet, so you don't have to park up higher. Fantastic, and I think it's very inexpensive, and your car is very, very safe. So that's how we found this.
The Skyway Motel.
The Skyway Motel.
Which, from the outside, it looks like a demilitarized zone. I would not be surprised to see a drug deal or a hooker going on outside. Something along those lines.
Well, and I thought it was probably going to be like 8 or 10 rooms. It didn't look like it's very big.
It is a gem. It is surprisingly nice.
Yeah.
There's a little Greek restaurant attached to it, the Greek Taverna, which seems to be very popular with people, and the food was excellent.
And the food is excellent. The Greek owner made sure and mention that he's not part of the hotel, and the hotel did the same thing. But they do let the
restaurant patrons park in the hotel.
Yeah, because the hotel manager said that. So we originally were going to go to one of our favorite Mexican restaurants that's down the street, and then we saw this place and we're like, no, Greek.
And we don't have to drive. We can leave the car here.
Yeah, we walked. It's literally 10 feet.
Well, yeah, it's in the courtyard.
Yeah, so you don't have to go back out on the street or anything. The guy that owns the place is a Greek guy. He's very, very hospitable. The food was excellent. I think it's probably
best falafels I've ever had.
Yeah,
really.
I think it was probably the largest Greek menu I've seen.
Yeah, and usually a Greek menu is very dense, and this one was even more dense than normal. So
but
a lot of options.
But even like the Greek restaurant that we used to go to when I worked at the doctor's office there in Encinitas, it had a nice menu. But this one had an incredible amount of assortments. They probably had 20 hot appetizers. They probably had 20 cold appetizers. And then they had sandwiches, and oh my goodness, it was incredible the amount of food they offered, options I should say, and the food was really, really good. I thought.
Yeah, definitely very good pita. We had the halloumi cheese hot appetizer, which is super good, like hot salty Greek cheese.
Yeah, so
with pita and tomato.
It said it was grilled.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's I think it's Greek. That
flaming
the
cheese.
flaming
yeah.
cheese. I didn't see that on the menu, but I don't really remember the name. And as soon as I saw this one, I thought, I'm going to stop there.
This was like a feta cheese, which really doesn't melt, but it gets soft when they put it on the
I know
grill.
it was better than feta.
Yeah, but no, it's
It
like
wasn't-
that similar kind that doesn't melt, but just gets soft.
Yeah, but
when you
it
put on
wasn't
the grill.
crumbly like
Yeah.
feta. It was smooth, almost like a cheese curd.
Mhm.
But it had some really good herbs on the outside. And if you're not an oil person, don't have it, because it has olive oil on it, and then, like I said, it's grilled. And then it had really tiny diced tomatoes with it, and then
Which really made it because this tomato balanced the salt of the cheese
Yeah.
very nicely. Yeah.
but the herbs on that cheese were so good. I was tempted to cancel my dinner and get a second order. It was so good. And
So-
then tell about the beer you had.
Oh yeah, so I had a mythology, the Greek lager. It's a standard imported lager, so it's very light and fresh. A great hot weather beer because it's finally getting warm here in Southern California. It's been so cold all year, and so this was a great warm weather beer. Low, it's 5%. Not at all bitter, just like fresh and bubbly, like you would expect a lager, a bottled lager to be. Yeah.
Now it's some of these imported beers don't come from the country anymore. Is this one actually
This one's
from?
definitely from Greece, yeah. So I took pictures of the label. This is a Greek beer from Greece, and he recommended it. I thought it was good, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's something that if you're not familiar, if you're going to a cuisine or some beers that you're not familiar with, Charles almost always asks about beers. Sometimes he gets stuck. Sometimes he'll say, "Oh, what about a local beer?" And we'll be traveling, and they'll offer a California beer, and we're like, "Okay, we didn't mean local where we live. We meant local where we're at." But I noticed a lot of the other tables, the people had never eaten Greek before, and I was kind of
Yeah.
listening to them, and they were asking for suggestions, and he would make suggestions, but he asked them what kind of food they liked before he made suggestions. So it wasn't just like, "Ooh, we got a lot of this. Let's get rid of that."
Yeah.
And the table across the way from us, it was a couple of four, or two couples, I should say. So there's four people, and one couple had I think they probably even came to this restaurant because they knew the owner fairly well. But their friends had never had Greek before, and so they had ordered dolmas.
Yeah.
And so they're like looking at it.
Greek sushi.
So if you're not familiar with dolmas is the outside of it is grape leaves, and so and then it's warm. Is it
It's grape leaves wrapped around rice and sometimes, often beef or some other
chicken
meat.
or
Yeah. So and it's looks like sushi, but it's served warm and often with a lemon sauce.
Yeah, but like I said, it's wrapped in grape leaves, so it kind of looks funky if you haven't had it before. And so the people, they were kind of funny. They're like, the wife particular, she's like, "Oh, okay," and they're like, "No, try it." And they're like, "Okay." So she dripped it into tzatziki sauce,
Yeah.
and then she took a bite, and her face just lit up. She's like, "Oh my goodness," she just loved it. So it's really fun to go to different types of cuisine and not really eavesdrop on the other tables, but kind of do.
Yeah, it's
And particularly when I started hearing them ask what kind of foods they should order and stuff, they weren't very creative on or risky, I guess, on their food.
Well,
they
they've
ordered
never tried
lemon.
before,
They
yeah.
ordered lemon chicken, but lemon chicken's very good too. But
It's a great
it was
standard,
really
yeah.
nice to see how excited they were about trying the dolmas.
I agree.
Yeah.
So Skyway Motel and the attached restaurant Greek Taverna. What do you say? I give them 4 out of 5 stars. Just no, I'm not going to give 5 because of the neighborhood. I mean, the room is nice and well appointed for an inexpensive
But there's
motel near
not-
the airport.
But there's not like homeless people out there anymore.
No. I mean, it's an airport neighborhood, so it's
Yeah.
very industrial.
Across the street
Yeah.
from us is the Hertz rental car lot,
Yeah.
and it's huge. It's probably two blocks by 2 blocks. Next to the restaurant is a
car wash
car
that
wash.
probably services all the car rentals.
yeah, but you're only like a block off of Century.
Yeah, I mean, you could walk to the airport from here
Yeah, in fact,
if you wanted to drag your luggage. Yeah.
somebody did. They got one of those carts from the airport. And
Oh
there's
yeah,
one,
they left it in the parking
They
lot.
left it in the parking lot. But there's not anybody really on the street except for the people that were walking into
No,
the
it's
restaurant.
just it's an industrial neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like it's and the industry services the airport, so it's not pleasant, and there's not a lot of places to eat that are within walking distance,
But
there is a million of them within driving distance.
yeah, I think within walking distance, I think we could have gone to Denny's.
No, that was a big block back.
Yeah, well, young person walking.
Yeah, a young person could walk it. I'm not going to walk it.
There was Carl Jr. I think that was further away. Yeah, but there was
Yeah, I mean within driving distance, there's probably
Or Uber.
100, if not more, restaurant
real
options.
close if you're
Very
here.
good options. Everything from your Carl's Jr. all the way up to there was Hangar 81 or something like that, some fancy steak joint. So
Yeah, because right along this same area on Century, there's the Hilton, there's the 4 Point Sheraton, there's the Best Western was down
it's
on the
Los
front.
Angeles.
Yeah, so there's a really lot of nice upper middle class hotels, but they're a lot more money. And so I don't remember let me find the receipt. I'll tell you how much we got this place for.
Okay.
So with tax and hotel tips, hotel tax, not tips, it was $112.86.
Yeah, and it's a super clean room, super nice. I mean, it's got a fridge, TV. What else could you ask for?
It has a coffee maker.
I mean, essentially, you're staying here because you've got a flight out in the morning in LAX.
They have DirecTV. Did you see that?
Yeah, nice.
And they have an iron. It does have an ironing board and iron. It also had blow dryer and curling iron, and a lot of times you only get the blow dryer.
Yeah.
So I was surprised it had blow dryer and curling iron. And then right outside your door, we chose to take the ground level. I didn't think there was an elevator here. I think it's old enough that there was
there's no elevator. We would have been lugging luggage.
So because we don't want to leave your luggage in the car because everybody's like, oh, they're flying in or flying out.
In the morning.
Yeah. So we chose to take the lower level, but within I think it's 2 rooms down. There's a soda pop vending machine and an ice maker. And so if you are on your way home and you have a drive, you can fill up your cooler with some ice and some soda pops if you'd like. But like I said, I was really surprised that there's the blow dryer and a curling iron. And we've got 2 nightstands with with lights on them. And the lights have a plug, and they also have a USB port. The USB port on my light doesn't work.
They're often worn out in hotels.
Yeah. But there is plugs on each side, so we usually travel with an electric.
With an electric bag full of cords and chargers and.
Did you remember to bring the converters?
Yes, of course.
Okay, and we'll go over our electrical bag at a session also. But it was really nice because quite frequently there's only plugs on one side, or you're trying to move furniture to plug something in.
Yeah.
And so this was really nice because we both could plug our cell phones in on our side. And Charles quite frequently uses his cell phone as his alarm clock. So it's really important to be able to have that and still charge your phone at night.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you say, Skyways Hotel?
I think so.
Definitely do it again?
I would rate it a 4.5.
Yeah.
Again, I'm really tight about giving somebody
a 5.
Yeah. And so because I figure everybody and everything has a way of improving. It's really nice. There's hardwood floors here, which to me feel
I don't think that's wood.
Well, it's I don't know, it's that, but anyway, it's not carpet, so you know that it's clean.
Yeah.
You know.
Hate carpet in hotels.
Yeah, because you don't feel like walking around barefoot, but we are barefoot because this is, you can see it's nice and clean. They've done a nice job at cleaning it. They do have a nice desk. They also have a bigger rack to put your suitcase on than some, and so yeah, I definitely rated it a 4.5.
Great.
Yeah, we might stop here on the way back, or
I think we should.
or maybe we'll try a new hotel so we can review someplace close else.
So, I'm Charles.
I'm Carol Lee.
Thank you for sharing
and
the wonder about us.